perspective, we've been in the 13th seed for basically forever. And like as of right now, we're 3 games out of the 5th seed. So all we need is just like make a push with the right players. So I just really hope all of these efforts and all of these wins aren't going to waste, because when I tell you, Denver does not move me. Memphis does not move me. Sacramento does not move me. Dallas, especially if they don't make a move at the trade deadline, they don't move me. Anthony Edwards
And they
and
just
Rudy
lost Luka.
they just lost, right? Luka just got injured. Anthony Edwards and Rudy Gobert's bitch ass, they don't move me. Phoenix, give LeBron and AD a team that makes sense. I like my chances
So the
against them
only
with that.
thing I would say, Richard, is I thought about this earlier. It could be just me. I think we got to start putting a little more respect on Denver, just because I think regular season habits matter, continuity matters, knowing what lineups you're gonna go to late in the game matter. I still think we beat them, but I'm not gonna be talking as much cash shit as I was previously about Denver, just
Well,
because I think those
well,
things
listen,
matter.
they do matter, but at the end of the day, if you have to put Jokic in a pick and roll with LeBron and AD for a 7-game series, I'm sorry. I like my chances. And we've matched up against Denver 3 times this year. We've won twice, one of them the game that AD went out. So, again, the playoffs are matchup based. So Denver's in
It's a
first
fact.
seed and they have the continuity and they have the MVP. But if you're matched up with the wrong team, it won't matter. It won't matter a lick. So Bron, AD, and wings and respectable shooting. I'm sorry, but it doesn't move me all that much. Just get us to the playoffs, and we'll take it from there.
All right, good stuff, Richard. Let me see. Let me go to Benjamin and then Bianca.
Hey, good win, everybody. It was good to see finally at the end of a ball game, even with the missed free throws, to be able to pull that game out. I know I've been hearing everybody talk about. I got a couple of points to bring up, but the first thing about the game, a team like the Pacers, I mean, we saw it all last year. If a team like the Pacers hit, 10 threes, overall they had 16 threes in the game. They outscored the Lakers by 30 points from the 3-point line. That game's in the freezer. It's over. They're going to shoot us off the floor, and we're probably going to lose that game by 15 or 20 points. So to keep fighting and to equalize those 3-point shots, they just kept pounding them inside, kept going to the rim, and they missed a lot of shots, but they got enough foul calls to be able to have that disparity at the free throw line. And luckily tonight, they missed all their free throws at the end, but to be able to even get into that spot, they were, before that barrage of misses in the fourth quarter at the free throw line, I think they had only missed 2 free throws the entire night. So Buddy Hield and Miles Turner. And it kind of occurred to me, when is the last time a sources or a report came out on the web or anywhere where they reported that a team was talking to somebody about making a trade, or they did this particular talk about a switch, and then completely get blindsided? Because the Rui Hachimura trade, nobody saw coming, nobody reported any of it, and just came right from underneath the wing. And so what I'm saying is, everybody wants to talk about, the Pacers, they want a first round pick for Miles Turner, and they want a first round pick for Buddy, and those are the reports that are out there. And then you got these other reports saying that Genie, was reluctant to not let Russ go. I think all of that's all bullshit. I think somebody is feeding this crap to sources and putting it out there, because here's my point. Just days earlier, Miles Turner signed a fucking extension with the Indiana Pacers. That was never reported. Nobody said that he was going to sign an extension, and out of thin air, he signs one. That's, to me, invalidates all of these bullshit sources and reports, because everybody thought, Turner's going to get traded before the deadline. He's going to get traded. And then when he gets signed to an extension, I feel like watching that game, seeing Turner play and Hield play, the Pacers are not interested in dealing them. If they were really interested in dealing them for a couple first round picks or whatever, that deal would have been done a long time ago. I think Rob probably did pick up the phone, call them about those players, and they just are not even, Rob's sitting there negotiating against himself, and eventually he probably sat there and said, yeah, I'm not interested in giving. I don't even have the picks. I have 2 picks I can give, but I don't have that. They probably said, hey, maybe we can do a big third team trade package. Maybe we can get AD over here. They probably did some stupid shit to be able to not get that trade through, because I feel like it's on the Pacers. I think they're sitting there telling the Lakers, they saw Rudy Gobert get traded for 5 first-round picks and a bunch of crazy shit. So they're sitting there going, oh, no, no. Our guy's way better. And I don't think so. That's what I'm saying, is I don't think these discussions that are privy to the public, I don't think we know anything that's going on. And the sources are reporting all this stuff with the Hornets and all this stuff with the Spurs. None of that shit ever happens. It's just like, but I think it probably wasn't going to, remains to be seen. But so far, I mean, with the Rui trade, I mean, we've seen, that was I mean, how many teams around the league are sitting there scratching their heads going, how the fuck did they pull that guy for three second-round picks? There's probably teams sitting there going, I would have given 3 second-round picks for that guy. We need a 6'8" wing who can guard and defend and can shoot 38% from the three-point line. I mean, so for him to go in there and snatch him out of the Wizards, that just tells me that the Lakers are definitely operating under the radar. They are not. That's one thing I've been impressed with since Rob has come on board, is that I don't really hear about the shit that he's doing we don't hear about the draft picks they're about to pick, and all these draft picks end up being Max Christie and Austin Reeves and Alex Caruso. You could go back to all these drafts, and all these players are all amazing. So I don't really hear about any of those trades, and the trades that just happened before with the Wizards and Russ, we didn't even see that trade happening either. Nobody really reported that either. So, yeah, I just think we have to wait and see what happens, because whatever is coming is going to hit, and we're all going to be shocked. We're not going to see it coming. It's not going to be one of the ones that have been reported. I'll die on that hill. So.
All right, good stuff, Ben. Let me go to B, and then Spider, and then Fit Pro.
What's up,
And then I was get back into this rotation like he was with what we're seeing from Darvin. Like, what do you think about that?
Okay, so I don't like to see is him just kind of all over the place. He is still acting as though he is an assistant coach, and I just want him to get out of that, right? Like, that's just what I feel. I'm hoping that AR can get back in rotation. How that's going to happen, that's his fucking job, and that's why he gets paid the big bucks. I hope he listens to his other coaches. I don't know if maybe other coaches are suggesting different things, and that's why we're kind of seeing like the last starting lineup and that type of shit. But I don't know. I want Coach to win. Like, I really want him to step up to the plate and like do the fucking job, right? Like, that's the hope, but I'm hoping we don't get disappointed. I hope Robbie P shows up for us. I hope he's on this fucking Everybody's on this journey with me. Cool. You already know how I feel. Win or lose, this is my fucking team in LA all fucking day. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, B. Okay, so Spider and then Fit Pro.
Hey, what's good, y'all? How y'all doing? Before I start to say anything, I just wanted to apologize to y'all. The past couple nights, I've been coming in here telling y'all, Westbrook's good for this team and all the good stuff he does. And I just wanted to apologize to y'all because, damn, that brother stinks. Like, real talk is doing other than passing the ball to AD. I think anybody else could have done that except Dennis, because I don't think the dude understands. the point guard on the Los Angeles Lakers. Like, dude, we help both parties out. I'm willing to go to Toronto. I'm willing to go anywhere with my guy Russ, but I apologize.
The apologies appreciated, but it's not necessary. But we had this talk on Tuesday night, so like when you expect certain things, it takes the disappointment out of it.
Wait, hold on.
Yo, what is
gotta-
this
we gotta-
slander? Is
we gotta-
crazy. This is
We gotta
crazy.
unpack this a little bit. You said you apologize for your son,
This is insane.
Spider.
How do you get on this app
Spider.
and let people who you don't fucking know have you disrespect your quote unquote favorite player because he's had a fucking bad game?
Wow.
Man, you kids are fucking lost. You need a daddy.
No. Hold on. Oh, you don't gotta be disrespectful. You don't got this. Let's talk about it.
You called him your
I
son,
mean,
though.
no. He was talking about you need to find a daddy. That was a little bit too far. But I was obviously trolling it. If y'all listen to past couple nights, I just come on here and troll. But let's talk about it. I mean, we saw the performance that he had a bad shooting night, but it wasn't about the shooting for me. I always said it's not about the shooting splits with Westbrook. It's about the decision making, and the decision making were fucking terrible. The dude is 2 for 16
Okay,
shooting step
look,
back
if
threes. He's
Russ
shooting step back threes.
look, if Russ went 10 for 11 and had one turnover at the end of the game that cost us to lose the game, this timeline will be packing him up. But he literally
1,000%.
so he literally had the opposite of that, right? Like he had a horrible shooting night, but he made some really good plays in the end, and we won the game.
Yeah,
And
that's what he should have been
And
doing.
so you get on. Wait, hold on. So you get on here.
That's what he should have been doing.
So you get on here, and instead of talking about how the team won or anything like that, you just sound like a fucking Russ hater, and then you have the nerve to call him your guy.
Oh hell no, I'm not a Russ hater.
You sound just like a Russ hater.
Nah,
you know what? I'm actually more proud of Richard. I'm actually more proud of Richard, who is a Russ hater, than you.
No, because I see the bigger potential in him. Because that's you guys are accustomed to these 2 for 16 shooting nights. I'm not accustomed to this 2 for 16 shooting nights.
He had a bad.
You've been watching his whole career. You've been watching him his whole career. How are you not accustomed to this?
Oh come on!
So you've never
he just had a 3 for 15.
No, but it's too frequent, bro. It's too frequent. It's too frequent. This shit happened too often. Like it's happened every other game now. He had a great stretch in January. Dude was averaging 19 off the bench, great efficiency. But it comes down to decision making. I always said it's not about the shooting numbers. Like what I was saying right now was mostly not even about the shooting numbers.
Spider.
I brought up the shooting numbers, but it wasn't about that.
Spider.
It was
But didn't
about
I have a question for you. Can I ask you a question, Spider?
Yeah, go ahead.
So the decision making of Russ is your issue. What other decision making do you see happen down the stretch of basketball games?
What you mean?
I mean, it's a pretty self-explanatory question. Like,
I didn't get the last
part. From other players,
if you're watching the Laker games, like what typically happens? Because, like you said, this happens every game. Not in his shooting sense, but them being involved in games where it's too close for comfort, in a certain extent. So what else?
Are you talking about Westbrook in particular, or are you talking about the Lakers?
I'm asking you what other decision making, what happens at the end of these basketball games?
Bro, I'm still not understanding. Are we still talking about
Come
Westbrook,
on, Jay.
or talk about the Lakers?
Jeremiah, you know damn well, cuz you know damn well he didn't watch the game.
Yeah,
you look at the fucking stats.
I watched the full game. I don't know what we're talking about right now. I don't know why dude is so upset though.
We're not upset.
By the way, point of clarity. I'm pretty sure I praised Russ for the Knicks game, and I gave him credit for the late defense despite the bad shooting night. So. The Russ hating label. That's but Spider knows it. But Spider knows about it. So
no, we had this conversation last time because me and Richard were having this conversation about like I was saying he has to close every game, and I was worried about him closing, but he did his thing in the closing minutes. He got the ball to AD. He rebounded well. He put us in transition. He got the ball to LeBron in the low post. Nobody else on the team can make that pass. But I'm just saying,
So why
throughout
didn't
the
you
full
mention?
game,
So if you support him, why didn't you mention any of that?
because he's being held back on this team. He's in lineups with Dennis and Pat Bev, and it's not going to work out at the end of the day because they want him to be a
Hey,
scorer first on those lineups.
hey.
And
So
at this point in his career, he's not a scorer first.
you just contradicted. You just contradicted yourself. You just contradicted yourself right now. So I think it is my time to go. So I kind of want to speak real quick on the Russ shit. You got to understand why Russ is shooting the way he's shooting. He's shooting because of the players that are being put around him. He's not, and then teams clog the hole. Teams clog the hole, and then he's not able to drive to the paint. So then he has to settle for these mid-range jump shots. That's why he's not having a good shooting nights. But we already know that. We already know from him that we're not going to get great shooting. If Darvin Ham is putting the right players around him, he's gonna succeed. And I'm gonna give you an example of that. Put LeBron James as the fucking point guard. In the day, I guarantee you, Russ plays better if you put LeBron James as the point guard, or you could put Russ as the point guard but have LeBron James in there with him in the starting lineup, and then you'll get better production. But like this continuous slander about Russ